Hi. Hello again, and welcome to day 14 of my 30-day Talking to Camera challenge. Wow, it's been 2 weeks. It's already been 2 weeks since I started this, and to be honest, I kind of felt like I wanted to quit. I really wanted to quit. No, part of me, I really wanted to quit because I don't have any topic to discuss, and I don't see if there's any improvement or whatsoever. I guess still I have to do it since I challenge myself to do this. So today we are going to talk about the decision making. Yeah, this is one of the topics that I personally struggle, and maybe I'll make a better video for this, maybe a better one wherein I have any editing or visuals that you could see, but for now we'll stick with this raw video. So yeah, so this topic is what I am really been struggling my whole entire life. I grew up solely letting all of my decisions, especially those important decisions in my life, to the people I think capable of making decisions, mainly my parents, my mom. So I never know how to make a better decision, a great decision for myself, regardless of the difficulty. So I tend to seek validation, and I also tend to seek validation of my decisions and even let others decide for me. I kind of fear accountability, even if it's for my own sake. So I decided that finally to take the decision hat and make decision. So I came across this blog by Mark Manson. Mark Manson is the #1 New York Times best-selling author. Excuse me. Best-selling author of the book entitled The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck and Everything is Fuck, a book about hope. In his blog, How to Make Better Decisions in Life, he have 7 steps in making better decisions. And his step 1 is know your values. Know your values. That's step 1. This involves knowing your priorities in life and what you truly value in your life, what you truly care about. He talks about these values, these values in his book, especially on the subtle art of not giving a fuck, what you wanted to give a fuck about. So that's the step 1. You have to know your values. Take a moment to reflect on what really matters to you, what you truly care, what you really give about in life. So that's the step 1. Step 2, know your biases. Biases are mental shortcuts that help us make sense of our world. As he said on his blog, they can be helpful sometimes, but they can also make us choose the wrong decision. So some of the commonly known biases are: #1 is the confirmation bias, 2 sunk cost fallacy, and 3 the bias of overconfidence. So the confirmation bias basically is we tend to seek information to what we already have believed, what we already know, but we tend to seek information that confirms that bias, that confirms that information that we already know, just from the term, just to confirm, rather than questioning that information, whether if it's true or not. Next is the sunk cost fallacy. Sunk cost fallacy is our tendency to continue investing our time, our energy, our resources, our our focus. I guess any resources that we had already invested in, we tend to keep that. We tend to continue on investing on it, regardless, even if it does not working. So some we may see this sunk cost fallacy in some, especially on relationships, that even if the relationship is not working, we still see someone continue the relationship, even though we already know that it's failing, because they already invested their resources, their feelings, their energy. So that's the sunk cost fallacy at work. Next is the bias of the overconfidence. This is being overly confident with one's self, with our own skill, with our own capabilities, and underestimating the complexity of the situation, the complexity of the task at hand. So to avoid this, the key is to be self-aware of our own perceptions, our own biases, our own set of skills, and challenge our own beliefs in order to make an informed decision. So step 3. Gather the optimal amount of information. From the title, it says to gather the optimal amount of information. You don't need the whole information, every information. You just need the optimal decision to make the optimal information to make an informed decisions. So Mark says that there are two types. Mark in this blog, he said that there are two types of decision makers. Number 1 is the maximizers, and number 2 is the satisficers. Maximizers tend to make an absolute best decision by weighing all the options to come up with a better decisions. Satisficers are the one who make the good enough decision, ignoring other options as long as the option is satisfied, as long as the option has checked all the criteria that they are looking for. So which is better at making decision? Well, he says that it depends on the values or goals you can utilize these two decision making behaviors. If you value excellence, or you wanted the best you wanted the best option, you might want to maximize all the options that you have, maximize the information that or maximize all the resources in order to have an informed decision, in order to have a better quality of decisions. But if you just wanted to decide and move on with your life, satisfying the criteria will be a way to go. So the key is to make a decision based on your values and goals. So that's why in step 1, it's important to know your values. Step 4, treat your emotions like you treat a dog. So this is basically means training our own emotions. Our emotions, just like dogs, are unable to think through the consequences or see the other factors before acting. So training our emotions will help us do not will help us not to jump into acting immediately. That we will help us be more logical with the actions that we are going to take, with the decisions that we are going to make. So yeah, I don't know how to pause on that. So let's move on. Step 5, write it down. Yeah, baby, write it down. Writing can help you clear your thoughts. Writing can help you with can help your thoughts be tangible enough, be tangible, so that you can see whatever is on your mind and see what you're thinking of, and it you'll be able to scrutinize things. You'll be able to see your own thoughts when you write your thoughts down. There's a lot of thoughts on that sentence. But so moving on, here are a few things you can write about the decisions you're going to make. Number 1 is the costs and benefits. These are also known as the pros and cons, but Mark also suggests that adding more elements such as regrets, the long-term and short-term effects of the decision you're about to make, and other things that you could think of that can help with your decision. Number 2 is the motivation and value alignment. You can write down what is your motivation or the intention from doing the things that you're about to do, or from deciding on the things that you are going to decide on. So does it align with the value that you have? So writing it down helps you clear our own intentions, and if it conflicts with our own values. Now, for instance, are you doing the things that you wanted to? Are you going to do the things that you wanted to do, or you just wanted to have some validations from others? If it's something that you really wanted to do, and you really value, and that is your intention, then you might wanted to go for it. Otherwise, don't. So for instance, you wanted to buy a new car. Is it because you wanted the functionality, you wanted convenience, or you just wanted to impress others? So writing it down can help you with whatever your intention is, and helps you question if helps you see if it aligns with the value. And step 6, trust your gut. When all else fails and doing all the previous steps, still you haven't decided, well, maybe we should try to listen with our own intention, with our own intuition, with our own guts. If we should try to follow. No, do not follow the whole gut thing, because it could also be wrong. But as long as your gut says that you feel that it's the right decision that you make, gut feeling is something that you can't quite explain. You can't quite put your fingers on it, but you know that it might be the right decision, and it might also be the wrong decision. Trusting your own gut, as long as it also satisfies the information that you gathered. It's important to know that trusting your gut. Trusting your gut does not should not always be the only basis. It could be a piece of information that you can have, but you should not try to rely on it entirely. You should not rely on it entirely with for the decision that you're going to make. So the key is the key here is trusting your own gut is a balancing act between the intuition and logic. I hope that makes sense. I kind of understand it, but again, I can't quite put my fingers on it, but I do hope you understand the what he meant by it. So, and finally, let's go with step 7, taking action. Once you decided, go and take action. Utilize the do something principle, which he also promotes on his book a lot. So trust your decisions and go and act. Besides, there are no perfect decisions. Challenges may arise on each decision, but taking action gets us closer to our own goal. And it says that taking action meant this, that every action you make creates another decision to be decided on. Wow. So life has a series of momentums. The more actions you make, the more chances you have, and the more chances you have, the more lucky you can be. And maybe, who knows, maybe with that luck, we can create a whole new world of possibilities. Then that's it. That's how you make a decision about your life based on Mark Manson's blog. So the only thing to do here right now is to act on it, is to act on what I have learned from this blog. So I guess that's all for today's video. Bye and see you tomorrow.